Okay, so this is like 2013. I keep having thoughts about this guy I had a crush on and slept with 2 times in 2007. And he grew up around me. He would come over for the summers, and I had a crush on him. And then I kind of like forgot about him when I met Kevin. But then, like, the longer time went by without me talking to him, which is Ryan Staber, I kept thinking about him and I didn't know why, and I started looking at his Facebook all the time. So then his band toured through California, and I messaged them on Facebook like, hey, do you want to go to Montana de Oro with me? And we met at a gas station, and it was like, oh, you just follow me. But there were a bunch of police officers at the gas station waiting with us, or next to us. So they were like, hey, do you just want to go to a bar? And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. And I thought that they just didn't want to go hiking with me, but it was probably because the police were probably following them and they were out of state and stuff. So we went to the Billiards in Pismo and just hung out for a little bit. And they had a show in Ventura, but I didn't go. It was too far for me. I didn't tell Kevin I went to this bar, or that I was meeting up with Ryan and his band Snafu. And Kevin and I had an argument later, and he found out about it because I told him. And he kept insisting for years after that I had went to the show, that I had went to Ventura, but I didn't. And he was like, I know you did, but I didn't go. And around that time, we had been camping we planned a camping weekend with some friends, me and Kevin did, at Montana de Oro. And then we decided not to camp there, and then we camped in Oceano instead, and we got really drunk and walked around Oceano. And I lost my wallet at a 7-Eleven, and I got it back, and the cash was missing, but everything else was still in my wallet. And that was also, there was a point, hold on. So then around after that time, I'm talking about Ryan to my coworkers constantly. Like, why do I keep thinking about this guy? Like, what happened? Like, why can't I forget about him? And in the meantime, I have a couple coworkers who were ex-military who started asking me questions about certain things. And one coworker who I don't think was in the military was asking me about he said his friend fell off a cliff at Montana de Oro. And he wanted to know if I knew anything about it in the news or anything. And there was also a time where I let Kevin use my car to go to work, and he came back and the bumper had fallen off, and he put it in the back seat and refused to fix it, and I couldn't afford to replace it. So anyway, he proposes to me in Ohio in 2014, and so I'm planning the whole wedding by myself. In 2015, we get married in June at the Monarch Dunes in Pismo, or Nipomo. And I had a coworker who lived there who kept telling me at Albertsons that he was getting a job for the NSA. So then thinking about my mom, questioning who I knew, why do I know people when Kevin is in my peripherals with the clown video. So the clowns start happening right when I have my baby, right after we get married, right when I'm pregnant and I'm having my baby. The clown videos start showing up all over the internet. Kevin works like 12 to 9 or something like that, he installs cable. For my bachelorette party, my mom had me drive through the back roads of Santa Barbara to get to Santa Barbara through her GPS that we had to use for some reason. And they didn't tell me where they took Kevin. But then when we moved to Michigan in 2016, Melissa Cashin shows me the video of the clown. She says, this one looks like Kevin. Look, it's in San Luis Obispo, and it looks like his body language. My mom tries to convince me that I'm afraid of clowns. It turns into this big thing, and I'm not sure why. And then so many more messed up things happened after that.